Bam, 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 bam. We're live. Good morning. Happy resurrection. Happy resurrection day. Why does it have to have the word rection in it? Happy resurrection day. I watched like 5 videos last night on what is Easter. If I saw the bunny rabbit in the thumbnail, I didn't click it. I was like, that's probably not the one I want. That's probably not the one. That wasn't the one I was looking for. We had people over last night after the, jiu-jitsu tournament. We went to a restaurant, outdoor restaurant on the beach. Then we came home, bunch of people came over, kids played. About 10:27, I remember looking at the clock, everyone left, and I was like, I should look up some stuff, what is Easter on YouTube and just chill. So me and the kids, they all fell asleep while we watched it. They were kinda glued to it. It was kinda interesting. There was this dude named Jesus, and they buried him, and then he on this day, I actually my takeaway is that it wasn't on this day. I don't know what day it was, but it wasn't on this day. And that, he arose and, people celebrate his rising, and they think it means something, that because he rose that they don't die. And now my analysis, people have given up the right, to know God, because now they wanna believe in God rather than know God. Kinda that whole story kinda jacked that up for a lot of people, I think. My kids went and stood on a platform the other day when we were in Arizona, and the platform was 30 feet above the ground, and down below was a pool of water. And so if you jump off that platform that you're not gonna die, probably people would throw that in the no bucket, right? You would put that in the no bucket. And when you put something in the believe bucket, you're always feeling like you probably have to defend it and preach it and analyze it. Well, if I jump and I'm going at reach a max velocity of 80 miles an hour, and the surface of the water with pointed toes would break, uh, and, and you come up with some explanation for why you need to believe that, you wouldn't die. And so there's just a shitload of believers out there. But imagine if you were free from that belief and you just know. Someone sent me a text this morning. I pray you believe. Like, man, that sucks. Why would you do that to me? I hope I never take a step backwards. I think it even says in the Bible, don't be a dog and return to your own. Don't be like a dog and return to your own vomit. Yeah, happy Easter to the believers. Yes, I agree. I learned that they call it Easter, and this is just my YouTube knowledge. I believe they call it, Easter because the sun rises in the east, like the big ball of fire, and so had something to do with the sun rising. Happy Easter, like, pointing at the east. Oh, look, yes, dog vomit too, Peter, yeah. I don't know, Olivia, you think that's true? Belief gives us hope and peace? It seems like, the believers I know, I mean, I hear you, but a lot of the believers I know. Yeah, okay, I see it. I'm connecting the dots. I'm connecting the dots. Gives you hope. Maybe the prayer should be, I hope one day you know God. I hope one day you know. I hope one day you know. Yeah, I could see that. I see it. First, the thing is that I see so many people. I was listening to this morning. I was what podcast did I listen to first? Oh, first I listened to a few minutes at fast speed. I listened to Patrick Bet-David talking about why he thought they were talking about the censorship that all the social media platforms did. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, that censorship is what caused Trump to win. People were like the premise was there was a guy on there, some young guy, I didn't recognize him, and the premise was because of all the censorship, that's why Trump won. And then below that, YouTube served me up in my algorithm, Rich Froning and Dom and Jake Lockhart said Happy Resurrection Day. Which was interesting because that's what I was doing last night too, right? And it had only been published an hour ago, so they published it today, knowing today, I guess, was the Resurrection Day. But that's what I was doing last night too. I knew today was the Resurrection Day, or what a lot of people call Easter, the resurrection of Yeshua. Yeshua? How do I say it again, Olivia? Anyway, and I was listening to it, and I was like, man, this is some believer shit. This is a lot of the stuff sounded like this is what I would be talking about if I was a believer. And it's like, hey man, you I don't think you jump Yeshua, not Yeshua. There's no ah sound in it. Are you sure? There's no ah sound in it? Yeshua. I'm gonna have to ask Brad Asraf. I know Brad wouldn't describe himself as this, but Brad's a biblical scholar. Or maybe he would. I don't know. That Brad Asraf guy, the deep dive guy, he's cool as shit. I've got to talk to him a lot. You could ask him anything. He knows all sorts of old languages and shit. Speak your mind. You're free.
There's some weird shit going on with that Shroud, man.
Weird shit going on with what?
Oh, sorry. I was talking to someone about the Shroud of Turin. So let me ask you a question. Do you guys celebrate Easter in the house?
At my house?
Yeah.
I'll have to tell you tomorrow. I don't know.
Oh, do you want me to be on the show or no?
Do I want you to be on the show? What?
It says call the show. Do you want me to bring up a topic or?
Oh yeah. I don't. Yeah. Feel free. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Speak your mind.
Right,
You're free. You're free. Yeah.
All right.
Wait, but didn't you just ask me if we celebrate Easter? My family's not up, so I don't know yet if we celebrate.
Oh,
Easter.
okay. All right.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
okay.
Like
So
I don't
so
like if you asked me
okay.
did we celebrate Easter last year, I would say I have no idea. I don't remember.
All right. So
But
so
last night we
is,
celebrated it because we watched all the resurrect. I don't know if it celebrates or I was inspired last night, and so it was 10:00 at night, and I just put on a bunch of the Resurrection Day video just so everyone can be like, hey, what is today?
What do you think about the whole like pagan thing involving this day? And basically most Christian holidays have pagan rituals involved in them, like the Easter bunny, Easter eggs, the Christmas tree, all that stuff. Do you think that's appropriate?
Sure, yeah, I don't care what they do. But I will say this, what was interesting? One of the videos I watched is even celebrating Resurrection Day as pagan. They call it this one guy called it this one guy called it what do you call it? He called it shit, I can't see. Let me see if I can find the word. But basically, he said that this one guy was saying, hey, nowhere in the Bible does it say to celebrate Resurrection Day, that you're just supposed to do Passover.
Right, that's true.
Syncretism. That it's actually actually Resurrection Day is also pagan. It's like blasphemous, I guess.
It is. So I've read about this, right? So basically, Jesus has this Passover Seder.
Yeah.
And he tells his disciples, hey, listen, remember my death, right? And he teaches them how to pray to his Father. So the Our Father, not a prayer. It's a way to pray to God, his Father. And I just find it weird how like people are just like, oh yeah, I'm Christian, you know. But you guys are like totally doing it wrong. Not you, but you know, the majority of people out there. I just want to know what you thought about that. Like,
What did he teach them? How do I look that up? He teaches them how to pray to his Father. Where is that? What's that called?
at the Passover Seder, he taught his disciples how to pray to his Father with the Our Father. So he says, "Our Father, who art in heaven," blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah.
And it's a way to pray. It is not a prayer.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it's not. Became one. He said that. No, it's not a prayer. It's a way to pray.
Father, we thank you for this holy meal and the freedom we have received. We remember your faithfulness in the Exodus and in your love for us. Let us pray. Our Father. Oh, he does say, let us pray. At least on AI says that. Artificial intelligence says, let us pray. I'm assuming he said that to the disciples. And then he said, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. That means like exalted be thy name. Thy kingdom, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good sign.
So another bad Christian practice for all the Christians out there, that nativity scene that you put underneath your trees, that never happened. The wise men never went to the manger.
They showed where did they showed up late or something, like a few years later?
Yeah, a few years later at the house. Like Jesus Christ was already running around.
Some people maybe
It's just
just
really
like,
bizarre.
maybe some people just like the symbolism. Yeah, well, his name is Yeshua.
Right.
Another day, someone was explaining to me, well, it's a translation. It's like, I don't think you need to translate God. Like, there's one, like, I don't think you need to translate God's name. Like, well, you don't understand. The Greeks wrote it down, and that was the way their letter sounded. I'm like, yeah, but now you know, it's Yeshua.
Right. And also, I like to point out that the words that were used by the Greeks meant certain things, like hell. Hell means common grave. It does not mean a lake of fire.
Oh.
You know?
What's a common grave where you just throw in a bunch of bodies into one hole?
Yeah, it's just a grave where your body decomposes.
As opposed to separated by a different hole.
Well, I mean, most people
different box.
Most people assume that hell is like where Satan is poking people with pitchforks and fire. That's not what the Greek word means. So I just don't, I just want to point that out, and I hope everyone enjoys their special day. But well,
well, it's cool to point these things out, because then maybe people can get back to, they can be like, oh yeah, maybe there's some truth there, and they could go and research it, and then
exactly.
refine the
There's a big book out there.
Refine the celebration to how it's actually was done, and maybe get more out of it. But I don't condemn those. I don't think less of those people who do Easter egg hunts, except for the fact that they're eating sugar on that day. But other than that, because I feel sorry for myself when I eat sugar. But it's fun to watch kids run around in the yard and laugh and giggle and search for eggs. Like that's pleasurable.
Right. Enjoy the day.
Yeah.
Let me ask you one more question.
Yeah.
Being a father, right? Why do you, I mean, I don't know if you do this, but why do most parents say, hey, stay away from strangers, don't take candy from strangers, blah, 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 except on one day? That's Halloween. You can go to any stranger's house and dress up like a dead thing and get candy from strangers and eat it.
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't told my
All right, guys, enjoy your day.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Bye. Yeah.
Do you think that guy, you think when he called just now, the guy next to him was sitting in the passenger seat of his car? Were they sitting next to each other? Or was he inside the house? Doesn't that guy live in his car? Anyway, what a fantastic existence we have, that we get to what a trippy existence, right? We get to come here and then the whole time worry about where we go afterwards. That sounded like Gabe. No, that's the guy that lives in his car in New York. I think that guy has his own radio show or his own podcast or something. He definitely has the voice for it, that's for sure. And he's very thoughtful. Holy cow, is he thoughtful. Sevi, I'm off to the French Throwdown. When is that? Is that next week? That's cool. What a great time to celebrate. What a great time to be English. You guys now have law that designates a man and a woman. Doesn't that feel like some like 1352 shit? Nah, chill. I can't chill. Isn't it funny? People pour themselves a warm cup of coffee in the morning to chill. I do not pour myself a warm cup of coffee to chill. I never drink coffee to chill. Drink coffee to chill. I had a great story, but I honestly don't think it's appropriate for Resurrection Day. Maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. This is great. If you can see your TV for this, you should definitely watch this. I have never, ever, um, seen this. I did like this scene. I watched The Chosen again yesterday, another episode, and, um, it really resonated. I don't know if it's true I don't know if it's true, and I don't know if it's true to the Bible, but there was one of the dudes, this dude Simon's pissed. He seems pissed because his wife had a miscarriage. I wasn't pi My wife had 2 miscarriages. I didn't feel any anger. I don't know why. I don't Maybe something's wrong with me. I had very deep concern for my wife's health. That was it. I wasn't upset. I didn't get angry at all. I went into, like, full blown, like, I was watching my wife to make sure she was okay. And but this guy in the and this guy in the story, and I guess it's the New Testament, but The Chosen, he was pissed because and they never explicitly say it, but the implication is that him and his wife are pissed or disappointed because they hang with this dude, Yeshua, who has the ability to, save people's lives and bring people back from the dead and basically do anything he wants, right? And he doesn't save their baby. That's the implication in the movie. So he's pissed. And then, um, the apostles, all the dudes, all of Jesus's guys, they got, like, his crew, they're sailing in a boat and they need to go home. They just get done having this party, giant Jesus party, and they need to go home. And it's late at night, and they're tired, and it's a 13-mile walk home. But instead of walking home, they get in a boat and they decide, hey, we're gonna row this boat 8 miles, and it will shorten the trip. So while they're in this boat, they're rowing across to go back home, and it's the middle of the night, and a storm comes, and they're getting tossed around. And Simon's on the boat, the guy who's bitter towards Jesus for not saving his, miscarried kid. And he's pissed, and they're rowing, and they've been rowing for a couple hours, and the boat's stuck in the same spot, and then all of a sudden, out on the horizon, they see, Jesus walking towards them. At first, they think it's a ghost, and then they realize it's Jesus, and then um, instead of being like, "Oh, thanks for coming to help us," uh, the dude Simon, who's pissed, and he's kind of the ringleader. He's in charge of the logistics for the group, so he's the one who decides, like, "Hey, we're gonna get on a boat." He's always in charge of the logistics. He controls how the group moves, and so as Jesus approaches the boat, instead of being like, "Hey, thanks, dude. By the way, when you get us to shore, I need to have a talk with you," he just starts drilling Jesus right there. He's like, "Hey, dude, you're a fucking asshole," basically. Like, it all comes out. It's a totally inappropriate moment. There's a storm, they're gonna get tossed off the boat looks like it's gonna sink, they're stuck, it's a scary situation, and, instead of, like, dealing with that, he's goes into full selfish mode and just starts fighting with Jesus about his own pain about his wife miscarriaging. That's not the part that resonates with me. I thought he was a jackass for that. But then Jesus is out in the water, and this dude challenges Jesus. He says, "Hey, if you're really who you say you are," I don't even know what that means. Um, "I'm gonna walk out to you, and you'll make sure I don't sink when I walk out to you," because they're out in the middle of the sea, right? So Jesus says to him, "Hey, dude, if you have faith in me, it'll happen. You can walk out to me." So he goes out there and he starts walking out to Jesus, and everything's good, and he's yelling at Jesus, like, the whole time he's walking out to him. And right as he gets close to Jesus, he sinks. So I guess that means he lost, faith, and he goes underwater. So then Jesus pulls him out of the water, puts his hand Jesus is standing on top of the water, and he puts his hand in there and pulls him out of the water. And then the whole time, this dude Simon has a complete breakdown. He starts crying and he clasps Jesus like the way as a little boy you'd clasp your mom or your dad. And he just starts perseverating on the phrase. I think the phrase is he says, "Never let me go. Please don't let me go. Please don't let me go." I think that's what he said. I want, uh, what does what does Simon say to Jesus in the sea? Um, Shit, I can't find it with that search. Someone will tell me what he says, but he basically says something like, "Don't let me go," and he says it phew, repeatedly. That part resonated with me. It's like, "Yeah, dude, you get it now?" Mad Marv, The Chosen is full of, heresy. Oh, heresy. That's like that's the word you use when you're fully immersed in the Bible. Heresy, belief or opinion contrary to orthodox religious doctrine. There's that word again, a belief. Any belief or theory that is strongly at variance with established beliefs or customs. That part of the that I did like that part of the movie. Like that I understood that. I don't know what happens when they get to the end, but when you start to feel your own, mortality, is that the word? You will start saying shit like, "Oh god." David, Jesus never cried until Lazarus I don't know if I've been got to that part yet. Even when he saw the dead little girl, he never cried. I think in that same episode, his cousin died, John the Baptist. He got his head chopped off. They didn't I don't remember if they showed him cry, Jesus cry. But wherever he wasn't there, but when his cousin died, he felt it. You know, like when you have relatives dying, you're not with them and you're like, "Oh shit, something happened." Jesus had one of those moments. What's the calling number? The overlay one isn't working. It should be. It should be. Let me see. Um, Maybe I have it. It should be. Try again. Wi-Fi calling on. Well, yesterday my internet went out. That sucked during Kill Taylor. That was a bummer. It says roaming on, cellular data on. There's a forwarding option I use sometimes to forward the phone calls to Suze's phone. I don't even see that right now. Where would that be? General? Is there a phone button? General? About software? I don't see the forwarding option. Did you try calling again? Oh, it's 3903? Oh, shit, that number's wrong? Holy shit. Is that true, Caleb? Are you in a bathtub? How long has that been wrong? That's been wrong just forever? No wonder no one ever calls in when I do the show. Hey. Hey. Hello?
Yeah, it's been like that for a couple months. I just thought you were doing that on purpose
Oh.
with the number.
Shit.
I would have said something, but yeah.
All right.
Dude.
Thank you. Fucking amateur
All right,
hour
love
over
you.
here. All right, love you too. Like real love you. The vaccine might have gotten thousands of people to explore their health, and people will complain that it's not 100% safe and effective. It's definitely not safe, nor is the vaccine effective if you want it to protect you from getting COVID. And it's fucking crazy. Yesterday, I passed by a protest with thousands of people protesting Donald Trump. Thousands. Yesterday, I went by a protest with thousands. I drove through. It was like a 10-minute drive down the street, and the street was lined with thousands of fucking protesters protesting Donald Trump in my city. And it was so I looked at the people, and the vast majority of them were over 70. I'd say 20% of them were masked. And I'm thinking, these are the same people who got the fucking vaccine. These are the same people who loved the censorship that stopped us from getting real information about COVID. These fucking morons. And I actually turned to my wife and I said, the good news is all these people will be dead in 20 years. Caller, hi.
Hey.
I didn't mean that to be mean. Hey, it's who? Taylor?
Caleb.
Oh, hey.
The call number's wrong. It's 3903.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you might need to run the banner underneath, or I can pin a comment for you.
I did. Yeah, that's what I did. I ran. Thank you. I ran the banner on the bottom.
Oh, okay. So I let you know.
David thought we did that on purpose.
Yeah, actually, we did do that on purpose, David. Specifically, so you would never call in.
Is that? Are we going to go with that instead of admitting that we're jackasses?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay.
Specifically for David.
Maybe I should text Souza right now in real time. Hey, the upper, what would you call it? Upper
left.
Oh, upper left
banner.
Graphic banner has the wrong number. What if I smoked weed and I was really paranoid and I was like, you guys did that on purpose to fuck my show?
Then you might be right.
Hey, I bet you 20%. I bet you 20% of the population thinks like that.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's everybody else's problem but my own.
Yeah. Hey, yesterday we went to the jiu-jitsu match and my kid had this match and it was 0-0. And I thought for sure my kid won. My kid was it was 3 minutes of my kid going for submissions and the kid just defending them. And when it's 0-0, you stand next to the other kid, and then the ref lifts the hand of the winning kid, and he lifts the hand of the other kid. And my kid comes over and says, "That ref hates me." And and he said, and then throughout the afternoon, he said it. He told me that like 10 times, and I didn't. It wasn't really the best time to talk to him about it. He was pretty fired up. He ended up coming back and beating that kid and winning the gold. But I was just thinking to myself, like, yeah, that's there it is. That's like just the mind trying to understand shit, right? And then like that's like not taking full personal accountability and personal responsibility.
Right.
That's
Did you talk
what
to
that
him
is.
about it later once he simmered down?
Yeah, I don't know if he got it, but yeah. I told him like, hey, if you would have just killed that kid, you wouldn't have had to worry about that.
Should have just killed the kid, dude. Come on.
He rear naked choked a kid in the finals and won the gold, and it was so awesome because he was losing 2-0 with like 60 seconds left. And the father of the other kid was like, hey, now's the time to just go for the submission. And he was like, the way he was saying it was like it was going to be so easy for his kid. Hey, it's so
only up by 2 points.
He was up by 2 points. Yeah. And then my kid mounted him, got the 4 points. Well, I think he got side control 2 points, then mounted him 4 points. And then he panicked with like 10 seconds left and gave up his back, and my kid submitted him. And when the kid came up, he was crying. You know what's crazy, Caleb? Every parent who brings their kid there, not every, but the vast majority of parents who bring their kids there, they know their kid's like the best jiu-jitsu practitioner who ever lived. They all think that, and that's why they bring their kids there.
Oh. But they're actually not the best jiu-jitsu practitioner in the world because your son is.
Yeah, but that, and it's just a trip, right? It reminds me of like, it falls along the lines of the OnlyFans thing or the fighting thing. Like, you would do OnlyFans if you knew you would make $9 million a month. But if you only believe
all you have to do is go to a frat
it.
party in Florida and get railed by 1 million guys, and you make $9 million.
Did that happen? Did that happen?
Yeah.
Recently?
Money Blue.
Oh. Yeah. I thought you were saying something else, like it was a lawsuit.
No. All right. We're going to go blow some stuff up.
All right. On Resurrection Day?
On Resurrection Day. You
guys never rest, huh?
We're going to open up some Easter eggs. We're going to go find some spicy Easter eggs. No, we don't. We're not resting. This is not a day of rest for us.
Hey, remember the other day you were showing me that you showed me something about how what you were doing that day. Can I ask you about that live on the air right now or no?
Sure. Yeah.
So you showed me more ammunition than I've ever seen in my life, and it was in a hole. What were you guys? Can you tell me what you guys were doing?
Yeah. So there was like a bunch of like local police and sheriff's departments and some fire departments in like the region that just have a bunch of ammunition and like explosives and all sorts of other stuff that they get from Amnesty. So people will just like turn it in, like a family member will die and they are super left wing and think that guns kill people. And so they'll just turn in all the weapons and all the ammunition that they found in the house after they clear it out. So all these departments collect it and like, they can't use it because it's like some of it's part of investigations or I don't even know what the stipulations are, but then they just have these stockpiles of ammunition and gunpowder and shit like that. And so we have to dispose of it for them. So we had them all bring it down and we put it into a hole and we laid a buck ton of explosives on top of it and blew it up to get rid of it. So it basically just disintegrates. And then
what a waste! What a fucking waste!
Yeah, everybody that was was organizing it just looked at it. They were just so sad. They were all pretty sad.
Yeah,
it's like enough ammunition for you to use for like over a year. Like I don't know, if you shot every day, you probably wouldn't run out for like a couple months, bro.
I couldn't believe how much ammunition it was.
Yeah, there's stuff in there that was just like stupid expensive rounds. Like you're just getting some brass that's like $5 a round, and it's probably $10,000 to $100,000 worth of ammunition just sitting in a hole.
And does that really get rid of it? Blowing it up? Wouldn't it be smarter just to burn it?
If you burn it, then they all just start like kicking out. So you just have like a bunch of like 308 rounds shooting off into God knows where, and you don't really want that. So if you blow it up, it basically just shatters it all. So like it doesn't have the opportunity to cook off the way that it would if you were to burn it.
God, that's crazy. I bet you that's happening somewhere every single day where they're just disposing of thousands of dollars of ammunition.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's happening a lot. I guess the stockpile had gone on for a little bit longer than a little bit too long. So it was just way more than they normally would have. But it was probably over a year or two of ammunition. Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't it? If I found a shitload of ammunition for a gun, let's say my dad died and I went to his house and there were fucking 10,000 shotgun shells and I didn't own a shotgun, I would either A, buy a shotgun, or B, give it to someone who has a shotgun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you had that much ammunition, it'd be well worth it just to buy the gun. Right?
Damn.
It's pretty sad.
All right. Well, have fun.
I'll do my best.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Happy Resurrection Day.
Happy Resurrection Day.
It's a big word. Bye. All right. There's the right phone number. I don't come online. That's a lie. Oh, to argue. Sorry, I missed that last part. Oh, that's a good line. I don't come online to argue. I don't come online to argue. Hello? Caller. Hi.
Hey, Savon. This is Ben from Pennsylvania. How are you?
Hi, Ben. Oh, you sound like you read the Bible.
Yeah, my dad's actually a preacher.
Oh, yeah. You sound good. You sound like you could deliver the word.
Well, I may be slipping a little, though. I'm doing sentinel training.
You are sinning. You have taken a step backwards.
No, I just wanted to call in. That was me that was trying to get the right number. Really been following, especially like your Glassman show on Wednesdays. I'm a father of 2- and 4-year-old boys, and just like the stuff, just equipping your kids for life. That's something that really connects with me. I've really been getting a kick out of that, and looking to get my oldest boy into some swim lessons. So yeah, that's really cool to follow you. As your, like your approach as a dad's been a learning experience for me.
What state do you live in?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay. Yes. I wish my boys were better swimmers. If there was one thing, but I am very thankful that we have swimming lessons that we get to. They're 5 days a week, half hour each. I only get them usually to 2 of the 5 because they got so much other shit going on too. But man, it's
yeah. Well, I never learned to swim. I still can't swim, and so like I see like it's kind of crazy. Like my mom was always really paranoid of us kids drowning, which you would think you would learn how to swim, but
yeah,
she was too scared.
Yeah.
And so like I know like it's been a handicap for me in different ways, and I'm like, well, and what convinced me to start looking into it is Glassman, I think, was saying that I think what the number one cause of death under the age of 5 is drowning incidents or water related. And I was like, well, that's a good enough reason for me.
Yep. Where did you take? I took my, it's crazy. I took my kids to swimming lessons 3 summers in a row. None of them learned how to swim. It was crazy. And then one day we were in Bend, Oregon, and we got stuck there during a snowstorm. And so we went into a Hilton, and they had an indoor pool there. And I went in that indoor pool with them 3 days in a row. And basically because I was in there swimming with them, they all learned how to swim. I mean, swim lessons are much more important, but it was kind of crazy.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Maybe that's just like the connection it took to make it all pieces come together.
Yeah.
But no, I just wanted to call in, really enjoy all the shows. Don't want to take it over.
No problem. How you have 2 boys?
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to homeschool them?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I homeschooled probably half, and I went to a religious private school the other half of my like high school and up to 12th grade. So no, there's big benefits to it, and I think there's a lot of resources available versus even 15 years ago for homeschooling.
Do either your wife stay at home?
Yeah, my wife stays at home full time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. Hey, and I can't recommend this Kumon program enough. I cannot recommend it
Okay, yeah.
enough. It is so good, and it's such a good habit to get the kids into, and the good part is they never go past where they can succeed. So it's not like, do you remember, like, at school, like, if you missed a few days and you fell behind, next thing you knew, you were fucked?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you're like, maybe
you'd miss the ride somewhere.
yeah, and you would be like, "Hey, maybe I need to start cheating. I wasn't there the day we learned to add fractions." And,
Yep. Oh, yeah.
or just like, I remember learning cursive and the other kids were learning it faster than myself. And I just remember I was like, I was in a sheer panic. This Kumon thing's not like that. Like, you just go at your own pace. It's awesome. So sometimes you flourish when it's in your wheelhouse and sometimes you don't.
Yeah, no, I just you had the nutrition lady on a week or two ago, and she was talking about like some books that Glassman had recommended, on logic and argument spotting fallacies and stuff. And I downloaded it's the one for kids. And I started listening to it, and I was like, well, I'm learning stuff. I was like, well, and now like I know what a red herring is on an argument. I'm like, it's kind of probably a shame that I didn't know before, but like there's definitely a lot of value to be had out there outside of the traditional curriculum.
Well, thanks for calling.
I feel like most of what I've learned is in the last couple of years, just self-educating.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, think about Glassman's self-taught.
Yeah.
Which is pretty
No,
amazing.
I feel
right?
like in a year or two of just hammering audiobooks while I worked and stuff, like I learned more than I probably learned through my whole traditional K through 12.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
But well, thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a good one. A red herring is a misleading clue or diversion that distracts attention from the real issue or problem. Often used in literature, arguments, and real-life situations, it's a way to mislead or confuse someone by presenting a false or irrelevant piece of information. The guy going to El Salvador is like that, right? Us deporting that guy to El Salvador. The Trump administration keeps coming up with all these red herrings. I think the argument on the left is that he has a constitutional right I think the argument from the Democrats is like he has a constitutional right to defend himself, right? Isn't that what it is? Like, hey, dude, like he should have a day in court before he's deported. And instead of the right saying like, hey, illegals don't get constitutional rights according to the Constitution, or defending that position, they just do stuff like, hey, he's got MS-13 tattooed on his hand. He has 2 different incidents where he was beating his wife. There's 2 courts that have two judges have said he is MS-13. They say that they have that he was pulled over for not driving and had 7 illegals in the car. He was transporting illegals across state lines. They have all these things, but they're not arguing the situation. That they're not arguing defending the point of like, hey, we can deport him because we declared MS-13 as a terrorist group, and terrorists don't have constitutional rights. I mean, like, they just keep throwing out red herrings. I always just call that conflating the issues. An argument's red herring fallacy is a logical fallacy where someone introduces an irrelevant topic to divert attention. Yeah, it's like the Republicans are trying to appeal to us emotionally. I mean, it's like, yeah, no one wants to live next to a murderer, but if our Constitution says that like he has those rights, then we got to give him those rights. And if they don't, then just say why he doesn't. In real life, like there's a life that's not real. A red herring can also be used in everyday situations to distract someone from a particular point or to make them focus on something else. That's Pat's whole life, is introducing red herrings. That's his whole life is reading into things. That's the thing with all the Bible study stuff. I don't know why I understand reading it. I understand enjoying the writings. I enjoy and understand thinking about what was said. But it's almost like whenever I hear it, people aren't doing it for fun. They're doing it to bolster or solidify their beliefs. I don't think you want to solidify any of your beliefs. The stronger your beliefs, the harder it is to it's going to be to know. It's certainty. So many beings are so uncomfortable with uncertainty. Uncertainty. People are just like, it's almost like the more you dig into it and rationalize it, the most you're using up your faith equity. You know what I mean? You're spending your faith equity because you're just believing. You're just looking for more and more reasons. Well, it said it here in the Bible 3 times, and then he did this 3 times, so therefore it must be. Like, hold on, buddy. You're basically just making yourself more vulnerable, because one day someone's gonna be like, actually, it said it 4 times. And that whole thing you spent 5 years trying to build up is the proof that what you believed in was real is now bullshit. Then what? When my kids, when my there was this I was watching a UFC fight the other day. Maybe it wasn't UFC. Maybe it was the Dalton Rasta fight. And someone said when a fighter's not afraid, they use all of their tools. And when they're afraid, they don't use all of their tools. And for some reason that really that hit me, and I was thinking about that with my kids. I was like, my kids go into these fights knowing that they're going to win. That's probably why they make up shit, right, when they lose. That's why they make up some sort of reason why they lost, because they knew something and it didn't work out, so they quickly have to patch that hole. Really, really amazing, man. My son Joseph. 10 tournaments over 2 years, $1,500 spent on my part. We show up to the tournament and he just cries and doesn't do it. And this week just goes in and just puts the fucking smack down. No crying. In the no-gi's when there's 2 different, when you go to these tournaments, there's 2 different categories. There's gi and no-gi. Gi's the pajamas, so you look like, one of those karate guys. And the no-gi is you just fight in your shirt and underwear against the other kid. And in the no-gi, he had to go up an age division, up a weight class. He did really well. He lost his matches, but he did really well. No crying. Just chill. Did you see Dana White went on Khloe Kardashian's podcast? I did not. I did not see that. Young millennials and Gen Z crowd don't realize that their parents actually worked. My kids are just starting to figure that shit out. Money and work. My kids think we're like crazy poor. They say shit like that to me. Are we going to always be poor? I tell my kids we are poor. They're trying to figure out, they so want to figure out, they're trying to figure out how much money is a lot of money. Tad James. Yes, I'm 33 years old. I have no idea my dad worked 100 hours a week. When my dogs would fight, I had Great Danes, and I had to separate them. I would grab the dog underneath his tail with this part of my hand right here, where this pointer finger, the first knuckle on the pointer finger from the hand, the big one that's right next to the thumb. I would just jab that right under his tail up against his anus, and I would grab his fucking tail. You know what I mean? I would just grab him by that, just at the closest part I could to his body. I would feel the warmth of his anus on that knuckle where my thumb and my pointer finger are. And the other hand, I would grab on his neck. And like the alpha fucking male I am, I would just fucking lift that guy back. And just pull him back. Or just yank him off. Ken Walters, Sevi, when they're at Resort Glassman all the time, it's hard to think everyone isn't poor. I feel the penny. Yeah. Oh, dude, their shit is all. Greg has these trampolines at his house, this net system that he just had installed in Santa Cruz. And Greg and I were joking the other day at lunch. It could be, I said, hey, if times ever get tough, you could just charge people to come jump on the trampolines. His trampoline system is so fucking wild and crazy. In one section of the house, down in this forest, there's these trampolines it's 3 stories of trampolines that are weaved with this intricate hand woven nets that the guy makes there, like an art exhibit. Like, you don't know what it's going to look like until he's done. And it's 3 stories of trampolines. And so you can be 30 feet off the ground doing backflips in a tree. And you could his trampoline system is so nice. It could be a destination location. It's so crazy. It's so nice. My kids are like, why don't we have that? Okay, so that's how I separate. That's how I don't know. I don't know what when I was a kid, the conventional wisdom are if dogs are fighting, pull out a hose. You guys have that? So your dog's fighting the neighbor's dog, so you can just get your hose and you start spraying them. But I'm going to show you a dog fight here. I'd never seen this before. This is I guarantee you these are all Kamala voters. And I'm open. This happens at Pat Lang's local dog park. Pat Lang may be even in this video. He might be the hero in this video that saves the dog. I'm not sure. But this is some wild shit I'm about to show you. When dogs are fighting, pull out your wallet. Mike McCaskey, Dents, how are you single with those tatas? She's not single. Wow, that's a great question. I don't have fancy things. That's not my style. He's claiming you do have fancy things, 2 of them. Dude, you're obsessed with me. So what? What's your point? What the fuck is your point? So what? Tell me, what's your point? So what? Is that bad? Are you a bad person? Oh, communicate like a man? Oh, shut the fuck up. Listen, here, featuring Pat Lang at the dog park. Here we go. I can't stand women screaming. Women screaming when there's chaos going on. Like, what does the screaming do? What a selfish fucking act. It's like what a 3-year-old does when bad shit's happening. Screaming. So it's a German Shepherd. Looks like a German Shepherd. Attacks this Kamala voter's poodle. She can't do anything. She's still with her left hand. She's holding on to her black dog as this German Shepherd mauls her poodle. Two men run over. 2 men run over these 2 dudes. Oh, this is in the United Kingdom. This explains everything. Look at, he's pouring a water bottle on the dog's head as the breakup method. Look at that. Like sprinkling like some Evian on him. If that was holy water, maybe it would have worked. Look at that. German Shepherd's pinning that. Look at this guy just sitting there staring. I don't know where this guy came from, this black dude, but he's holding a 16 ounce of Heineken. while he's trying to separate the dog fight. These are all losers. This guy's not doing shit. This guy's sprinkling water. This bitch is screaming, and this guy's holding a Heineken. What the fuck? This brief's gonna take 25 minutes. Hey, dude, I got to make a show out of it. What do you want? I used to love Heineken too. Like, what is she doing? What is she doing? Is she going to grab a snack out of her fanny pack now to try to distract the dog? She's just imagine just watching your dog get mauled and not be able to do anything. This fucking douche is still not doing nothing. This Armenian looking motherfucker. Look at this dude. This dude comes out of nowhere. You see this guy? Now watch him. Watch him. He's fingering the dog's anus. Did you guys see that? He just fingered the dog's anus. Here we go again. Watch. Watch. He's fingering the dog's anus. Holy shit. He's fingering the dog's anus. This guy's at least got a handful. I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to grab a handful of net. God, that dog barks like a bitch. So this dude's dog got off the leash and is shaking this woman's dog. And then, maybe it belongs to that dude. Maybe it belongs to that black dude. Like, dude, put your fucking bottle down. I guess eventually he does. Put your fucking bottle down, dude. And then the anus diddler comes up. I think he stuck his finger in the dog's anus. Oh, and those people are talking like Russian or Ukrainian, the camera people. I want to see what happens to that guy's bottle, because all of a sudden he's not holding it. He's got the bottle in his left hand. The anal diddler comes. I'm pretty sure he penetrated the anus. I don't see what happens to the bottle because I'm too busy looking at the anal diddler. That's 3 times in a row. I told myself I was going to stare at the bottle, and all I could look at was the anal diddler. All right. So now you know. Heavy, try it again. He might read it after 9 goes. UK cops will arrest him for a hate crime. Oh, for diddling the dogs. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Does anyone think that I read every comment? How the fuck would I read every comment? I just take a stab at it. Standy, this is what my boyfriend did to me last night. Oh, that's cool. All right. Nothing like getting your butthole diddled the night before Resurrection Day. I'm thinking about taking my kids to the Thinking about taking my kids to the park today. Throw the old pigskin around. Is there a football game on today? Is Easter a big football day? Is it football season? I didn't do a CrossFit Games update show on Friday. I was prepared to do one. No one wants to do one with me anymore. I'm done. The charm of Friday night CrossFit Games update shows are over. Oh, just WrestleMania for sports. Oh, it is WrestleMania today? I went and saw WrestleMania 1. Not live. We went to a local like indoor theater and they streamed it live. That was like before they were streaming. I'm 6 months until football. This is from the Mayhem Classic Behind the Scenes, which is available to everyone now on the Sevon podcast. So when you're done watching this, if you want to go watch something pretty damn amazing, watch this. Here we go. This is a scene from it. This is Fee Sagafi. I don't know why she has so many bracelets on. Here we go.
It's a good
When
first
you
event.
compete, are there other athletes that you compete against that you really want to beat, that you want to beat more than other athletes? Be
Yeah.
honest. Okay, yeah.
They're actually my best friends. They're one of my best friends.
Really?
Because like
Okay, you don't have athletes that you hate though. You're like, I want to fucking bury them.
there's one athlete that I like really like always want to make
Okay.
a point to like beat,
I won't ask
but
you.
no, don't even. I can't. That's one name I can't say. It's all with good intention. It's all just like fire.
Is that two different people? There's one person that's one of her friends she always wants to beat, and then there's someone else.
That's good.
There's
You're a
one athlete
competitor.
that I'm always like, yeah. I enjoy when I do beat her. It's a good
When
first.
Who is that? Like, is that two separate athletes she's talking about? I want to believe that she wants to beat Ariel Lowen because it is two separate athletes. I think so too. I think she wants to beat Ariel Lowen because Ariel's just like good, and I think she wants to beat Danielle Brandon because Danielle hates her for whatever reason. We don't even know why.
you compete, are there other athletes that you compete against that you really want to beat, that you want to beat more than other athletes? Be
Yeah.
honest. Okay, yeah.
They're actually my best friends. They're one of my best friends.
Really?
Because like
Okay, you don't have athletes that you hate though. You're like, I want to fucking bury them.
there's one athlete that I like.
So
really,
there, right
like-
there, when she says that one athlete, that's Danielle. You think the same too? You think it's two also? Yeah, I think it's two. I think I've heard her say which one of her friends she wants to beat before. I think it was Ariel. Danielle hates her because she's happy and Danielle is miserable. Like is jealous of her. Here we go. Pat Lang making shit up again. When you fire 100,000 people with zero due diligence, that's just bullshit, dude. That's just a lie. Hey, here's what's crazy. Even let's say it's 1% due diligence. 5%, 50%, 80%. You have no, Pat, you're just making shit up again. You're just lying again. Pat, you're the one, you're like this. This is at most I'll give you this. One of your employees doesn't show up to work one day, then the next day, then the next day, then the next day. Next thing you know, they haven't shown up for work in a year. And you call them and you're like, hey, dude, you have 2 weeks to show up to the office or else I'm going to fire you. And they don't show up after 2 weeks. So then you say to them, hey, dude, you need to quit and I'll give you an 8-month severance or I'm probably going to fire you. And they still don't quit. So you fire them. And your idea of due diligence is, well, you never asked them why they weren't coming to work. It's like, dude, this isn't like, what? This isn't a nanny state. These are fucking adults. These are adults. That's We can agree, right, Pat, that what I just explained is true, at least for 50% of the fires. That's at least 50% of fires. So right there, your first statement with zero due diligence is just complete bullshit. To categorize 100% of federal employees as slackers is completely idiotic. I agree. More like 99%. I agree. Sevi, this chain of events that you're describing did not happen. Oh, it didn't? You don't think that happened? You don't. Let me be more specific here. 94% of the federal workforce doesn't come to the office. Hey, and if you want me to compromise to 84%, sure, but we have to agree they weren't coming there and that they were taking advantage of COVID. Daniel, the same way we would have to agree that the teachers union has no interest in helping kids. All they have an interest in is helping teachers. And why is that relevant? Because during COVID, they were trying to keep the teachers at home. They weren't thinking about the kids. And they were trying to just get teachers paid. So we can agree there. Yeah, Mike McCaskey, 100,000 of 3 million is 0.03. That's what I'll go with. 99.7% percent of the 99.97% of the federal employees are shitbags. I'll start there. I'm happy to go be wrong and coil it back to 50% if you could prove otherwise. So 96%, 94% of them aren't coming to work. The 6% that are coming to work, the vast majority of them are janitors and security guards to watch the empty buildings. Then they were told, the federal employees were told, you can quit your job and get a big fat severance. And some took it. I don't know what the, let's see. I'll Google that. What percentage of federal employees took Trump severance? It says initial expectations were between 5 and 10%, up to 200,000 of the approximately 2.3 million federal workers would accept buyout. I don't know what it was. Oh, let me see. What it ended up being. How many have accepted Trump's buyout? 1%. 20,000 of them accepted the buyout. Hey, it's almost like you guys have never been in the workforce and seen all the shitbags working at a regular company. It's like some of you have never had a job. Like just in a regular business, fucking half the people there are shitbags. Hey, I get it. You're upset. You're upset because I talked about the red herring earlier. that the Republicans do around this fucking guy that got deported to El Salvador. The red herring that the Democrats do is all they keep doing is what you guys are doing, talking about the people being fired. Oh my God, they're going to cut Social Security. They fired 8,000 people from there. Like, that's not where my brain goes. My brain goes, holy shit, they saved Social Security. They just fired 8,000 people there. You know that the IRS had 1,300 people just managing government cell phones and computer handouts? So, you know, when you get a job, you might get a cell phone and a computer. They had 1,300 people doing that, managing that. You guys say the dumbest shit. Uh, 20,000 accepted the buyout. If they didn't, they were going to get fired anyway. Probably. No, it's not probably. There was probably like a 10 or 20% chance they'd get fired, right? Whatever the cuts, like if we're just going to do a rough back of the a condom math, you just figure if there's a cat in my backyard. You have to figure out how many of the 2.3 million employees they're actually going to fire. and then just figure out the odds of you getting fired. So if they were gonna fire 10% of the 2.3 million, that's 230,000 people, you knew you had a 10% chance of getting fired. Look at you. And like a typical liberal, you're offered something good that most Americans aren't offered, an actual buyout from your shit job where you probably don't do shit. And instead of saying thank you, you complain. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. We are all going to get exactly what we deserve. I'm certainly thankful my net worth has declined by 20% since November 5th. Yeah, we know that. We know your net worth is completely around your 401k, Jeff. No one here is surprised. And if I only had 6 months to live too, I might be tripping also. If I had 6 months to live and only 3 months of cash on hand, I might be tripping too. But what you're worried about for the federal employees is what every single normal person who doesn't live off the government tit, what the rest of us are paying 50% tax for. They're worried because they've been freeloading on the system for fucking 20 years and now it's over. Just admit that. Just admit that. Start with the DEI hires, and they have started with the DEI hires. As a retiree, it sucks. Yeah. Hey, dude, that's why everyone at the Trump protest I went by yesterday looks like they're going to die in fucking 10 years. That's why they don't give a fuck about freedom of speech, because they're not offering anything more to fucking society except fucking going to fucking coffee shops and fucking book clubs. So they just want the last 10 years to be okay. We'll take the shot. We'll do whatever. We're just scared. We have 10% of the fucking population in the United States holding us hostage because they're scared to do any real hard work or do anything or dip into the uncertainty. Yeah, go work at Home Depot. Exactly. There's millions of jobs out there. They had pensions, and you think the government did them a favor? Pensions. God, you are such a nanny state guy. Yeah, Pat will hire you. Yeah, Pat, are you hiring Pat? Pat will hire you to cut grass at the course. That's a cool job. You could do that at 70 if you didn't save money growing up. The entitlement is insane. Hey, do you know what this is exactly like? Do you remember when they used to say, take your COVID shot so you don't kill an old person? Take a COVID shot so you don't kill an obese person? Take a COVID shot so you don't kill someone who's made fucking 30 years of bad decisions drinking Coca-Cola and smoking cigarettes? Remember when they used to say all that? This is exactly the same way. We're being held hostage by a bunch of fucking ding-dongs who made a shitload of bad decisions. Instead of course correcting, they don't give a fuck because they're fucking leaving. And they're too old to care about their kids and remember that they used to love their kids. And you wonder why your kids aren't fucking loyal to you or love you. It's because you put them behind a fucking chain link fence from the time they were fucking 4 till they were 20. I left Canada because of the nanny state mentality. Amazing how many Americans are cucks for the government. After 25 years in the private sector and being in the public sector for the last 5 years, I can confirm it's a horrifying joke. They literally think I'm a god while working 30% of my capacity. Yeah. Yep. 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 Pat, I think you are in a very unique state, Pat, because you love getting up in the morning and you love your life and you love going to work. But you have to remember, most people are not like that. They fucking hate their existence. And they spend an inordinate amount, a disproportionate amount of their existence trying to figure out how to get out of shit. I've sacrificed so much for my kids. I've sacrificed. I've sacrificed. Soon as you hear someone say that word, I sacrifice, just know they're fucked. They're on the wrong path. You have this beautiful opportunity to be a human on planet Earth and you're sacrificing? John the Baptist sacrificed. That's the only dude so far that I've seen. That's the only dude so far that I've seen that I would be like, yeah, maybe he sacrificed some shit. Pat, I had a $350,000 a year job and my libtard bosses torched me for not taking the jab. Yeah, exactly. I have no empathy there, Pat. Yeah. It's just pure, Pat agrees with you. It's pure just assholery. And I don't want anything bad to happen to those people who did that. I have zero. I say this from the bottom of my heart. I swear on my fucking kids' lives. I have no desire for anything bad to happen to those people, but they do need to get the fuck out of the way. And if that means that they won't get the fuck out of the way so we can course correct, well then the whatever consequences they suffer for not getting out of the way, they can take them. Because listen, I got out of the way. I toned my speech so I wouldn't get kicked off of YouTube so that I could fucking scrape together $25 a show to pay for my family. Oh, bye. It can't go away. It can't go away fast enough. And hey, what's funny is it's happening to everyone. Who do you see benefiting right now? During COVID, we had the largest increase in billionaires and the largest transfer of wealth in American fucking history, in planet and world history. Who's benefiting right now? Who do you think's benefiting? Who do you think's benefiting? We're all hunkering down. Everyone equally is taking it on the chin. Equality's great until it fucks with you, right? How are Trump and his family benefiting? How is Trump benefiting? How are Trump and his family benefiting? Hey, saying Trump is benefiting is like saying that you think all the transgender kids are benefiting when it's legal to fucking do gender mutilation. It's like they're not benefiting. It's not benefiting you with the. It's like saying drug addicts are benefiting when needle exchange programs are in your neighborhood because they get clean needles. They're not benefiting. That's hurting them. You know how stupid that thinking is? I was trying to explain to my kids the other day. One of my kids told one of Greg's kids, "Hey, your dad's scary," or something like that. And he told me he said that. And I said, "Hey, dude, why did you say that?" And he goes, "I don't know. Sometimes Greg scares me. Like, just like, because Greg can get just really passionate. He's not scary, but." So I said, "What do you think's going to happen that you told the kid that?" And they're like, they're going to tell Greg. And I said, "Okay. And then what happens?" And they're like, "It might upset Greg." I go, "It might." So that's thinking 2 moves ahead. So then I say to my kid, "Hey, go turn on the stove and put your hand on it." And my kid says, "No, that'll burn." I go, "How do you know?" And he goes, "'Cause I know fire will burn me." And I go, "That's just 1 move ahead, right? You're just thinking 1 move ahead. You know, if I put my hand over the stove, it'll burn my fucking hand." That's who these fucking libtards are. If it goes beyond their selfish needs and not fucking burning their hand, that's when they fucking make the decision. They don't I've given this example before too. You're running towards a fucking cliff and someone yells at you, "Hey, fucker, stop running." And a libtard will say, "Oh my God, did that person call me a fucker? What an asshole," and run off the cliff because he can only think one move ahead. He just thinks how it affects him right in the moment. That's it. That's what the libtards are doing. They can only think one move ahead. They don't think two moves ahead. They don't give a fuck, dude. They're willing to get rid of all of our fucking freedoms for another fucking 5 years of their miserable existence. Yeah, and it's causing a mad glitch to the non-playable characters. You're right. Well said, Rambler. In the modern day parlance. Yeah, where is the Epstein list? My son has decided he loves jumping from trees into hedges this week. I know. Isn't that an awesome? I remember when my friends and I realized you could jump into bushes. I'm not gonna lie, I always had this fear of doing that because I went through a phase where all my friends and I used to just jump into bushes. I don't think we jumped from trees, but we would just run and dive into bushes. But I always had this fear that there was gonna be some branch in there that fucking tore open my scrotum. I remember thinking that distinctly. What if there's just one branch in there and it gets caught like in my crotch or something and rips open my sack? Hey, Pat. Pat says, Sevi, I hate to break it to you, but the freedom of speech you're claiming we have lost, it's getting worse under Trump right now. Hey, Pat, that's only for 60-year-old men who are trolling fucking 18-year-old girls on university campuses. You're right. It is getting worse for them. We do agree there. We do agree there. That's it. You're right. It has gotten worse for those people. I agree. But for the vast majority of American taxpayers, it's the freest it's ever been in my lifetime. Tell me more, David. David Weed. Jose. Yeshua. I'm going, Olivia, I'm going to go with Yeshua. I really like the ah. Are you sure you're saying it right? Yeshua. I've always been a big fan of the ah sound. Jose. Pam Bondi was the reason Jeffrey Epstein only received a slap on the wrist. Tell me more, David. Tell me more. Judy Reed, Jeremy, you are black. The left and Pat don't care what you think. The only time they care what you think is if you agree with them, Jeremy. Other than that, they will immediately, they don't even think you're black. Point to me. Where's our freedom of speech? Show me one place. I can give you 10 places our freedom of speech was taken away under the Biden administration. You show me where it's given. You just say one. Let's talk about one. Hey, that's what you're conflating issues too. You can still say whatever you want on Harvard's campus. We're just the U.S. government that is supposed to abide by the Constitution just isn't going to support that. They're not going to support it to the fact where they're going to give money to a place where there isn't equality for everyone in terms of their physical safety. That's it. And if you disagree with that, that's fine. I'm okay with you disagreeing with that. I'm open to being wrong about that. But give me one example. What are you talking about? Give me an example of where your freedom of, I can give you examples where my freedom to say what I wanted to say was pushed back on. I couldn't say that health, that diet and movement were the greatest hedge you could build against all sicknesses. I lost my YouTube account for a week for that. Now you tell me something that where you lost your freedoms under Trump. Tell me. Tell me. I want to know. No funding for anti-American institutions. That seems, yeah, you're against our Constitution and against our freedoms. Yeah, I'm okay with our tax dollars not going to that. I'm okay with that even being a part of our Constitution. Mental gymnastics. If Biden was doing any of this shit, you'd be fucking losing your mind. Just give me an example, dude. Give me an example. Give me one example. That's all I want. Just one example. Caller, hi. Hey.
Hey. You hear?
Yeah, kind of. Hold on. You're popping. I don't even have the freedom to take multiple calls in a row without this fucking thing going. Hey, okay, go ahead. Go ahead. What got you so wound up that you felt the need to call?
I'm not wound up. I just want to call and say hi.
Oh, hey, what's up?
This is Matthew, by the way. I just want to let you know I'm pretty pumped for Syndicate. That's it. Just calling in to say what's up.
Hey, thank you. I'm pumped to meet you. We've never met in person, right?
No, we never have.
Hey, dude, and I really appreciate the support you've given the show by how many times you've called in. It's really awesome. It's really, really cool. I really appreciate it. You've become friends with so many of us in the group. It's really cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys giving opportunities to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Yeah, I have a good time.
Hey, yesterday I was at my kid's jiu-jitsu tournament and a guy walked up to me and he whispers in my ear, hey, thanks for fighting the good fight. I found your podcast. He's like, you've really put it all out on the line. I said, thank you. It was really cool. Yeah. Just one recognition.
That's it.
But it was cool.
You just need one.
Yeah.
That's it.
I was like, oh, thanks. That's cool.
I want to tell you, this was a few weeks ago, but my son got his first stripe for his white belt in jiu-jitsu.
Oh, were you stoked?
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's only been doing it for, I think, like 2 months, and his coach has said he's been doing really good, and they promoted him in front of, they had like 30 promotions that day, and he was the youngest one to get his stripe.
How old is he?
6.
Did you guys do anything to celebrate afterwards, like take him out to eat or something like that?
I can't remember what we did. Usually we don't do like a little cheat Saturday, so we probably waited till Saturday.
Yeah, that's cool. It's so exciting for them, especially it's so exciting for them. It's so cool. You probably heard the story, but when my oldest son got his gray belt, I remember the instructor came over to him and said, he either said it to me or him. He goes, well, no one can ever take that from him. And, and I almost started like crying. I was like, holy shit, my kid's fucking 7 years old and he earned something that no one can ever take from him.
Hey, can't take what was earned. So.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Ever since that the jiu-jitsu guys came in, and it's like it's in the same gym. They've been doing it pretty much nonstop since they showed up. My son and my daughter.
Both of them are doing it?
Yeah.
Has your daughter got a stripe yet?
No, not yet. She's good at it and she has fun with it, but I think my son, he just takes it a little more serious.
Is he young? Is she younger or older?
Older.
How much older?
1.5 years.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, dude, soon soon when they fight, you'll see that they'll start rolling. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because they do the king of the ring or king of the mountain, and they always have to go against each other.
Yeah.
And she whips them around pretty good. But.
Yeah. Hey, my Avi had to take 6 months off because he had that broken toe. And even though
Yeah.
he's 2 years older, now both the twins can beat him, and it's pretty crazy. It's I'm a little concerned for his I hope he mentally it's gonna be concern's too strong, but mentally it's gonna be a hurdle for him.
Yeah, he just needs one good lumping on them though, and he'll be fine.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Whenever he starts losing in jiu-jitsu, he just starts fucking beating them.
Just gotta, yeah. I mean,
I'm like, hey, dude, you shouldn't do that. That's a bad crutch.
When they did the King of the Hill, my son had to go against a girl about his same size, and I was just yelling, "Don't pull your punches." It's all equal in that circle. It's pretty fun.
We were when we were at the tournament yesterday. Avi didn't get to roll because he's not in fighting shape right now. And we walked by this girl who's a year older than Avi, and one of his brothers goes, "Hey, remember when that girl triangled you and tapped you?" And I could just see my oldest son looks at him like, "You asshole."
That happens.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you get back to it. Have a good day.
All right. Happy Resurrection Day, brother.
Yeah, later.
Functional meth head. Planting mustard seed. You know, I wonder if Home Depot open today? I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about not mustard seed. What's the I was thinking about planting what flower do monarchs land on? Milkweed. I was thinking about going to Home Depot today and getting them. I used to have an awesome milkweed forest in my yard. Like this, it was like 4 feet wide and 20 feet long. It was this strip of milkweed that used to come back every year. And last year it only came back a tiny bit. Home Depot is, but Lowe's is not. Okay, maybe I'll take the kids to Home Depot when I get off the show. We'll go buy a bunch of milkweed. Maybe we need to plant our vegetable garden. Maybe we'll do that today. Fuck throwing the football around. Maybe we could do both. That's the only bad thing about being an old dad. You get to spend a lot of time with your kids, but you can't doing both is hard. After a day in the garden, I just want to sit down. I want to go to the park and throw the football around. I got like one event in me. I guess when you're a young dad, you could do like 5 events unless you're working full time. Sevon, have you watched Vikings? No, but my wife watches all that shit. My wife watches all that stuff. Anything with buff dudes in it on boats and axes and shit, she watches. Is there is that the show? There was one show like that she was watching where there was a guy chained to a wall and a woman raped him. I just remember I walked in during that scene, or she called me. She's like, "Hey, come watch this. You'll like this." I have a garden of 10. You have 10 milkweed plants, hundreds of monarchs. It's awesome. Yeah, it's crazy. You know what's nuts, Ken? Ken is you ever go back there? I'm sure you have, and you see one caterpillar and you're like, "Oh, I have a caterpillar." And then you get caterpillar consciousness, and all of a sudden, like, you take a step back and you're like, "Oh my God, there's 500 caterpillars, big ones." And you can't even believe that you didn't notice them until you do. And you're like, this whole plant is covered with huge caterpillars, like bigger, like the size of like a chapstick tube. Like that guy's penis we were talking about. Didn't Brianna say she was with a guy or someone said Standy, someone called in, remember, and said that they were with a guy whose dick was the size of a tube of chapstick? And that's how big the caterpillars are. Oh, that could be a good description for a small penis, the size of a large caterpillar. I didn't realize that tomato slugs were caterpillars. I mean, they look like caterpillars. I don't know why I never thought they were. They're cool. Yes, I'll send you some pics. Yeah, please. The Last Kingdom is great too. I bet you she watched that. Oh, did I like it? Yeah, I loved it. The dude who got raped. Yeah, that scene was awesome. He was chained to the wall and she just fucked the shit out of him. I was trying to figure out the psychology of it all. Oh, Ken's sending me dick pics, not a caterpillar. There's literally nothing they can do. Mr. Dragon, happy Resurrection Day to you too. Christian. She probably watched all the Craig Ritchie videos then too. He does look like a Viking. He could totally be in one of those Viking shows. He looks like a Viking. Yeah, that's her look. She likes that look. I should ask my wife if she's attracted to Craig Ritchie. Pat, who do you think's more brainwashed? The people to the right or the people who are on the left? Pat, do your part. You're part of the show. I'm obsessed with you. Who's more brainwashed? Oh, same. Convenient answer, David. Same. Typical from someone who has the inability to commit. Oh, they're both equal. Ah. I see. I see. I see. How about the ones that were liberals before but then switched to being conservative in the last year? Are they still equal? You think what do you think happened? They didn't like being brainwashed by the left and then they ended up just being brainwashed by the right. That's what happened. They have it built into them to want to be that's their they want to be told what to think and they reach their wits end of being told what to think and so they switched. Dude, you're just as brainwashed now as you were when you were a libtard. You watch Fox News 24/7. You want to be told what to think. I see. Today is also 420. Yeah, do not smoke weed. It's bad for you. You'll never look back at your life and be like, holy shit, I wish I would have smoked more weed. You'll never say that. All right. Thanks for hanging with me on Resurrection Day. It was fun. Sunday. Tomorrow, no one on. Oh, I don't see anyone scheduled. There's supposed to be a rabbi on soon. You guys want to talk about some CrossFit stuff? I could do that for a few minutes if you wanted to. Yeshua. No, you can't call in. No. You cannot call in. Never call in. Every time you call in, we end up getting along. I hate that shit. Have you ever counted your boners over a day? I've had 2 already. Hey, do you count the one you woke up with, Jake? Does the first one count? Does the first one count? I think Colt Mertens is going to win the games this year. or Dallin Pepper or Jeffrey Adler. One of those three. Shit, these glasses are hurting my. Where's Barry McCockiner when you need? Oh, I can't tell you how nice it is to put on sunglasses in this room. It's so bright. It's so bright. Austin, you think Austin Hatfield's gonna win? And female? You see Gazan? You see Gazan snatching? You see Gazan snatching? Okay, let's do a CrossFit Games update show. Fuck it, let's do a little bit. Okay, I got a bunch of shit. I got all sorts of notes. Shit. Jason Hopper. Let's start with Jason Hopper.
So we did 600 squats, but I ain't tripping. Colton, I told you I'd come out and live that farm life for the people. Quit ducking me. Are you scared? The king of the echo bike? That argument's not even worth my energy. Yeah, I did flop across that finish line, but at least I didn't walk on a 3-mile run. You know who I'm talking to. A bully? You want banter, you don't want banter. You want rivalries, you don't want rivalries. Make up your mind. I ain't stopping until y'all understand. Stay out of my comments.
I got respect for Hopper. He's feeling himself. He's doing his thing. Good. About time you do your thing. Good job, Jason. Fuck. Exploring. He's exploring. Hopper's exploring himself. I love it. I love exploring himself. I love it. Anyone have an issue with the new Hopper? The Hopper reinventing himself? Gay Hopper? I love it. I love it. Good on him. New Hopper that going after Rich is a Hopper I can get behind. Yeah. Jason Hopper is great. The cast of this show had a handle on the revamp. I think Jason hates me. He's a cheese dick. These can all be true. This can be true. Maybe that's his new persona, cheese dick. Okay. James Sprague.
And the most nervous right now is probably just the first one with the running because I haven't been able to run much on my ankle. I was being a Dumbotron doing backflips.
It's called intensity.
A month ago at the Arnold Classic and should have torn my Achilles, but I just sprained my ankle pretty good. So coming off of that.
Guys, that looks horrible. That looks horrible. I am I don't know what to say. God, I hope his ankle can be resurrected. But why? But why does it look horrible, or but why did he do it? I mean, oh man, I hope he's okay. I love James Sprague. What a great dude.
Wasn't going to do the Mayhem Classic.
I could give two craps.
And did you see how he sprung forward after that? Can you imagine the tension?
The one that makes me the most nervous right now is probably.
Oh. Racehorses shouldn't do backflips. What's crazy is if you look at that, you can see how much tension it's under because it actually throws his whole body forward. And that's just, I don't know, he's got to be over 200 pounds. And it looks like he jumps, but I don't think he does jump. Like, right, see how he bounces forward? That's just the tension from that fucking whatever that tendon's called, the Achilles tendon. Look at right there, boing, and he shoots forward. Yeah, BPC 157 for sure. Load that thing up. That is this is Oh, Nelly. Worth watching. The champ, fittest man in the world. I don't know what the implications are of that. Bailey Martin, huge fan of Bailey Martin. Maybe I should do a PSA for him. Dear Bailey, when doing bench press over 300 pounds, do not let a woman spot you. Unless she's on steroids. $295 for Bailey Martin. Good to go, right? Good to go. Is there anyone that lets a woman spot him when he's going for a max? Look, I'll even be fair, so it doesn't sound like I'm completely a sexist douchebag. You don't let a woman spot you when you're doing a max bench press over 225. So if you're a little pussy like me and you can't bench 225, like I don't let your wife spot you if you're benching 225 or more, and that's your 1 rep max. Hell no, never a woman. Yeah, you're crazy. Women will get so many things. It's not just that they're not strong enough. My wife spots me for my annual max. That's semi-retarded. She might start screaming uncontrollably. What if that woman can bench more than you? You know, Pat, it's a great point. If she benches more than you, she probably has a lot of experience with benching, so she knows like when to spot and when not to spot. Maybe like if she has, like, I'd let that chick who holds the world bench press record spot me, but not just some rando chick that you're banging like this chick. There's 308. Bailey, have you lost your fucking mind? She even gave him a lift off. I want to say she looks like she knows what she's doing too. She looks like she knows what she's doing. It's not a dig at her. But in general, there are exceptions, as Pat's pointed one out. In general. CK Kevin, I'd let her spot me. In general, you do not let a woman spot your max bench press if it's over 225. Just write that in the books. Put that in the level 1. Dave, put that in the level 1. I get my wife to sit on my face when she spots me. If she's facing the bar, that would put her ass in your mouth. If she's facing your no. That would put her if she's facing your feet, which would be facing the bar, that would put her ass on your forehead. If she's facing the towards your head, that would put her ass in your mouth. Either way, it seems like it would be hard to breathe. Anyway, so there you go. That's like the Sevon podcast is full of PSAs. So no women doing spotting when you go for a max over 225. Luka Jukic training in front of a giant Lazar commemorative 1995 to infinity. This is intense, man. This is really intense. Giant poster of his brother who passed last year. I don't think I've ever worked out with a hat on, ever. My max bench all time is 220. I took so much creatine, I got up to 182 pounds, I think. It's the most I've ever weighed. I thought I wanted to bench 225 so bad. I never did. Grant sleeps with his hat on. Wow. Wow, 2 people. I think I did 135 for 27 reps once. It was weird. I used to be able to do 135 20 times, no problem. I thought that would get me to 225. I benched with this guy one time. I was in Connecticut. And he could bench over 300 pounds, but he couldn't bench 135 as many times as me. It was so fucking weird. It was so frustrating. He was big. He's a big dude. He was juiced up, admittedly. Sevi, I could get you to 225. Cool. Write me a program and text it to me or DM me. My shoulder's really fucked up now. Like, really fucked up. Like, this morning I woke up and my hand was numb. I was doing weighted pull-ups and bench press like an idiot. And I knew I was pushing too hard, and I fucked my shoulder up a couple weeks ago. I'm pretending like it's not bad, but it sucks. Okay, that's my first CrossFit Games. Let me see. I got two buckets of notes. Oh, here we go. This is for Grant. The Kale Lehman story continues. Holy shit, CA Peptides getting in the mix. Check this out. So, CA Peptides has joined the party. The bounty on Kale Lehman 25.3 video has reached $2,100. Keeping it real, originally matched my $700, and I just got a text from CA Peptides saying they want it in. So, Hiller will give him $700. Grant will give him $700, and CA Peptides will give him $700 if he does 25.3 and does it in under 10 minutes. Oh, God. Yes, my son, speak to me. Not this shit still. Yes, my son. This shit still. How mad is Grant's wife that he ponied up the money? Pat Lang. So there's that. That's interesting. Let me see. It looks like you can play this. I just want to wrap you up. It's $210 a minute for a 10-minute workout. Hiller was nice enough to do the math. I think there's got to be a time window, right? I'm assuming the window's closed. When was this post made? Oh, it's a day ago, 24 hours ago. At some point, do you just let him off the hook? You know what I mean? Do you just you get mad at someone, and if at some point you just let him off the hook? Someone parks behind you and you want to leave and you can't leave. So you go back in the fucking house and you're just pissed. So now you can't leave and you're pissed. You're late to some appointment where you were going to do you're getting ready to head over to a girl's house where she's going to sit on your face and you're going to try to set a max bench press and you can't. So you go back in the house. At some point, do you just let it go and you just whatever? And instead of being pissed and not being able to have a set of max bench press with the girl sitting on your face, you just enjoy yourself inside the house? Yes, you are. Everything happens for a reason. Yes, you are. Anicca. This too shall pass. There, at some point, is it Kale's going to go down in history. This is going to be like the Mursky thing. Someone asked me the other day, they're like, hey, are you going to have Gabby back on? It would be cool if she came on the podcast and she got a little pick-me-up and love from us. And it's like, hey, I don't understand why more, like, if you're down, this is the podcast to come on. This is where the healing occurs. This is where it's fun. It's fun. It's always fun here. All the guests always have fun. It's fun. It's playful. It's easy. But I invited her on after she won the Kill Taylor show, the rope climb workout, and she respectfully declined. It was very unexpected and, to be honest, heartbreaking. Gabby Magawa tears Achilles again, has second surgery. Tough break for Gabby Magawa after she initially ruptured her Achilles tendon in November while competing at the Rogue Invitational. I don't know what the fuck happened. Someone does need to put her in touch with CA Peptides. Oh, here we go.
Surgery in November, which led to re-rupture of my Achilles at the beginning of February.
She had a failed surgery that led to a re-rupture. You think her surgeon was a DEI hire? Just saying, Pat. I'm just asking. I'm not accusing. I'm just asking.
And I just needed to take personal time to kind of dealt with that.
All my time is personal time. I'm always taking personal time.
Setback and accept the reality, because it was very unexpected. And to be honest,
that's like K.O. Lehman. Like he didn't tear his. Would you rather be? Oh, Jake, these are the ones I like. Would you rather be in K.O. Lehman's situation or Gabby Magawa's situation? I'll take Kale's. So much easier to recover from being a charlatan than a torn Achilles.
Heartbreaking. Unfortunately,
I think she has a whole video on this. You can, if you want to know, like, I don't know if she gives. I mean, I would love to have her on and hear the details. Imagine you had, like, what happens? You have a surgery, you think everything's good, you got the boot on, and they're like, okay, it's 2 weeks, take the boot off, and your fucking ankle's still just flopping around. How did she tear her Achilles the first time? She tore it at Rogue? Was it jumping off the box? What happened to her? I can't even remember. I snapped my banjo, hence the 30-year-old circumcision. Oh, man, I feel like I might need to hear that story. You got circumcised at 30 years old? Yes, the burpee box jump overs. So that's where she did it? She doesn't really say anything else in the video coming down off the high box. Didn't she go into that workout injured? Hey, Jan, if you call in, make sure like you try to hide your accent. I can't fucking understand a thing you guys say. Like try to talk like you just watched an episode of the Cheers, please. Y'all trying to figure out what you're saying the whole fucking call. I watch this dumb chick rebounder box jumps all the time. I'm just waiting on the blown Achilles. Really? Is it bad to do that? That's dumb. Joe Ellis, it wasn't the high box. It was the hundreds of reps through the competition and training that led to the final straw. Oh. Joe, I think I remember that being a pretty solid analysis at the time. I don't remember the workout. But yeah, there were a couple workouts before it, right? That were pretty intense on the Achilles. Oh, Jan's Australian? I thought he was English or Scottish or something. Very common in CrossFit to be told not to rebound for Achilles protection. Yeah, but I'm old school. Like if you're not old, then like you can do 20-inch rebounds. Like, so what? Just do them. Don't be a pussy. I'd like to see those brought back into the games, actually. Lower the box and give them 100 box jumps and just fucking roll the die. Roll the dice. I don't want to jinx my kid, but my kids have the thickest Achilles tendons from all the jumping they did as kids. Avi's is ridiculous. It's so thick. I saw this the other day. I wasn't able to keep up with it. Oh, does someone want to call in and explain this to me? What happened here? Well, listen to this. Listen to this right here. This is Jenny from Dense Updates. Listen to this.
It appears as Mr. Michael Tobias has decided to take on a new identity. His name is now Matt Michaels. The reason I know it's him is because when you click on someone's YouTube, you can see recent comments. And there's the comment that he left to me about what else have you been told? You can't allude without sharing other details. But the interesting part.
So this is what I think happened. I don't know for sure. And someone correct me in the comments or call in. I think this is what happened. There was a chick who said she judged a chick who took 156 in the open or something. And when Hiller I guess the judge walked up to the camera and said, "Hi, I'm Sally Fields." And Hiller saw this chick's video and goes, "That's not Sally Fields." And so for some reason, this chick lied about being the judge for the chick who took 156th place. Like, who gives a fuck? But anyway, I care just because it's fun, but like I don't. Other than that, I don't care. Like, yeah, just you can use whatever pronouns you want. I'm open to that. I've always been open to pronouns. Just don't make me use them. And Hiller was like, "Yo, bitch, that ain't your pronouns. And it says in the rule here, you have to use the right pronoun, meaning you have to give the right name." So Hiller's like, "Hey, this judge isn't who she says she is. So that makes the score invalid." Because I guess in the rules, it said you had to have two judges. They had to state who they are and they had to use their real name, I guess. I guess that's one of the rules. You got to use your real name. And she was pretending to be someone else. So then Hiller calls her out on that. And I guess the gym then blasted an old employee for fucking alerting Hiller to it. And said, "Our old employee, Angelina Jolie, was the one that told Hiller what a fucking bitch." Now, I think that's called a red herring. Didn't we learn that earlier in the show? That's what Pat does. It's like, well, now you're conflating the issues. Like, what are you doing? Who cares who told? That's like something a 2-year-old does, right? Like that's like something my kid does. Blame the ref for losing. And then Hiller comes back and says, "Hey, fuck you. It wasn't that chick." Now you have two things against you. Your gym's a bunch of fucking cheaters. He doubles down, I think. And you're fucking gaslighting, or you're trying to fucking use this situation to blast one of your old employees who probably quit because you're a scumbag in the first place. Scumbag cheater in the first place. And then I think what Jenny is now saying here is like, wow, you guys took so much fucking heat that this guy changed his name on YouTube, thinking that it would separate his YouTube account from the previous comments he made with a separate YouTube account name. And she's like, "Hey, that shit doesn't work. Even if you change your YouTube name, your old comments still stay attached to it." Is that right? Did I get that right? Clock, everything's going to be a red herring now. Well, I'll probably forget. I won't remember what it is tomorrow. So just for today. Oh, they attacked Hiller for Hiller for bullying a working mom. Oh, another red herring, right? That's a red herring too. Like you're bringing in something that doesn't matter. You're trying to just do emotional appeal. Those poor federal workers. It is still those poor federal workers. I feel sorry for anyone who gets fired. It sucks. But doesn't mean it doesn't have to happen. I feel sorry for the mouse in the field that gets eaten by the owl too. But hey. Oh, these aren't red herrings? Oh. Are you sure? Red herring. A red herring is a misleading clue or diversion that distracts attention from the real issues. Yeah, it's a diversion that distracts attention from the real issue. He's pointing out that these people lied on the judges thing and on the judges' rules, invalidating her score, and then they insert, but she's just a poor mom. Isn't that a red herring? Unfuck me. I don't want to use it wrong. It's also a false clue planted to deceive down a false path. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, I'm just fixating. You're saying it's a red herring. Are you saying it's not a red herring, or are you saying more typically a red herring is like a false clue? Well, anyway, okay. So that's the drama over there. That's fun. Those are all fun stories in the CrossFit space. This is from Tia Claire Toomey's. Oh, no, this is from Proven's Instagram account. Shane Orr, the great coach Shane Orr, coached Matt Fraser to a championship and coached Tia Claire Toomey to 6 or 7.
The special guest?
The 7 times CrossFit Games champion.
2-time second place.
Oh, boy.
No.
Nick Johnson's voice is like 10 octaves higher than Shane's. Shane's voice is so deep. I wouldn't talk. Nick, nothing's wrong with your voice, but you shouldn't talk juxtaposed to Shane. Always let a woman speak between when Shane speaks and you speak. For crying out loud. He makes you sound like you're a girl.
Let's not talk about the second places. It was unbelievable.
3 strikes.
You know what? I'm the boss here, so I can do whatever I want.
Jeez.
You know, it would be very hard for me to be trying to do both if I was doing it individually this year, you know?
Oh, well, is Shane disappointed that she's not going to do CrossFit? That's what I saw. I mean, I'm reading into it, but that's what I saw.
Like, I've had a very long career, and I truly believe, like, if I wanted to, I could just keep going year after year after year. Failed a, what was it, a 95-pound snatch?
I think she could too. I believe her. She's going to do High Rocks Worlds and then come back and win the games. Mike McCaskey, the phrase red herring originates from the practice of using smoked herring, which have a strong scent to distract hounds during hunts or to train them to follow a scented trail. Oh.
I think that'll be suffice or more than...
Oh, Paper Street coffee cups. Look at they drink Paper Street coffee.
More than enough?
Not happy. Well, 1, I want to do this, and 2, like, I'm always up for this challenge, and the stars have aligned, and this is my time to, like, fully celebrate and just kind of, you know, close this chapter no matter what the future holds.
You want to announce the special guest?
All right. So she's done. She's done. And she'll go over and do High Rocks, and I'm assuming she'll sell a shitload of High Rocks training, which, like, who wouldn't want to do her High Rocks training? Makes sense. I mean, she's a proven commodity. Oh, get it? Proven. They pissed me off throughout this podcast. Oh, you listened to it? It'll be interesting to see if she stays relevant. So there's that. Idea. That was fun. I probably won't watch any. I don't think I'll watch any High Rocks. I don't even watch any CrossFit. Man, the Copa Sur, it's kind of crazy. You know what? I was watching Copa Sur this morning for like 5 or 10 minutes. Someone needs to tell them, like, hey, just because you have an absolutely stunning and beautiful stream and you have insane camera angles doesn't mean you have to switch camera angles. Like, they were just rotating between all these camera angles, but they didn't need to be rotated through. It's like, hey, dude, just just move the camera angle when it's important to the story. Don't just move it just because you have another beautiful shot. Shane tried to say the High Rocks community is better than CrossFit community because in High Rocks, everyone's doing the same thing. Okay, Gazan. Remember Mr. Dragon, we were talking about who's going to win the CrossFit Games next year? You think this is enough? 185 for double hang snatch? Has Gazan patched the hole? Boy, that bar moves well. That lowering of it's a little scary. How she lowers it the first time with that wide grip. It's pretty fucking impressive. Oh, Kotler looked good. Did Kotler lose some weight? Wow, he looked great right there. Damn.
Big legs, 2 songs.
Damn, look at Kotler. Maybe it's just the basketball that makes him look athletic and good. He looks good there. Yeah. Is that enough? Is that enough? Is that enough? Still a weakness, really? I'm impressed. If her snatch becomes a strength, if she can flip the script like Colton did on running, maybe Gazan wins it. I know if you were to ask a bunch of people 2 months ago, they'd have said Raptis. I think people are like, uh-oh, what's going on with Raptis? It's hit or miss. Everyone had Raptis to win the Froning event, the Scott Vandersloot event. What's that called? The Classic, Mayhem Classic. Don't forget, the best CrossFitter now alive is this guy. No one can deny that. I don't think. Can anyone deny that? Does anyone want to push back? This is the fittest guy in the men or women's division until proven wrong. Look at him with his Rogue check. I forgot that he won Rogue. $282,821. It looks like it's signed by someone with a last name that starts with an H. I'm guessing that's Katie Henniger. November 10th, 2024. Yeah, that's the guy. Oh, that's false? It's James Sprague? You think it's James Sprague? Oh, Colton is. Let me ask you this, Mike. Let me just ask you this, as much as it pains me to ask you this. If I gave you $1 million and I said, hey, dude, I'm not going to tell you the workout, and you can pick one guy to do the workout, and we're going to knock on his door at 3 a.m, and then I get to pick a guy, and we can't pick the same guy, would you pick Colton or Adler? Or Hatfield? Who would you pick? You can pick one guy, and then I get to pick a guy. Who would you pick? You pick Colton. I mean, it's a great pick. Colton. You don't pick Dallin? Colton, for sure. My money's on Colton. Colton. David Weed, Austin. Colton. By the way, get your Vindicate shirts now. If you get the yellow shirt, we'll invite you down onto the floor at Syndicate. Syndicate. And you get to be in the group photo. Vindicate, VNDKA.com. Colton doesn't need to be mentally prepared, always games ready. Dallin, close second. You pick Colton and Dallin over Adler. Austin or Dallin? Adler. Oh, one Adler. Just one Adler. Terry Adler. Joe Ellis, I'd pick Adler. 100% I'd pick Colton over Adler. Colton is anytime, any place, or any event kind of guy. The others are pussies. I agree with that relative to Colton. I don't think any of them are pussies, but I agree with that relative to Colton. They are all a bunch of pussies. Melissa, Adler can't wake up at 3 a.m. if it was not programmed in his hard disk. That's a red herring. Look at Pat. There's another red herring. Or Mike McCaskey. Colton's a gem in real life. Look, she's conflating the issues. She's trying to say he's a gem and therefore she'd pick him. Love Colton, but going with Dallin. Good morning. Yeshua has risen. All right. Anyway, he's the guy. I think it's you either got to go with him or James Sprague or the guy. And now James got a busted Achilles, and you like if you're just gonna be honest, right? You're gonna be just honest, like me and Pat. Sevi, are we gonna have dinner in Albany? My treat. You will be more than welcome at any table I eat at. The thought of making plans. I don't even know if I'm going to go to Albany. It depends. Depends on who owns CrossFit. I don't think that I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't even know where I'm welcome anymore. Yeshua. I'd love to have dinner with you though. But only if it's on my time. Like I won't have any free time. But like if I was having dinner and like you were like text me and I happened to look at my phone, I'd be like, "Oh, Pat, come." I would for sure. That'd be awesome. Hunter McIntyre. I've never seen this before. What I'm about to show you.
Oh! 171 and a nosebleed. Oh, shit. No way. Get fucked. That's fucking terrible. Oh.
He squeezed the gripper so hard his nose bled. How is that? Yeah, Joe Ellis is more than welcome too. Joe, Pat, Mike McCaskey. The night the games are over is probably a great night. Looks like a Coke problem. How does that happen? How do you squeeze the? Is that a level of intensity I don't understand?
Oh my god! That's how you compete.
I don't feel anything in my nose when I squeeze the gripper. Is that I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh my god!
Go home.
Oh! 171 and a nosebleed.
Oh,
no!
I get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. That's probably not bad indicator of freshness and fatigue. Staged. Similar to when people bleed from deadlifts. That's what I was wondering, but I don't feel anything in my head when I squeeze this. In a deadlift, I do feel some shit. I feel my blood pressure change in my head sometimes, right? Ooh. Anyway, so there's that. God, I didn't realize this was going to be the world's best CrossFit Games update show. Sevon, did you know that circumcised men use lotion to masturbate? I guess I thought about that before. Like, all those jokes about lotion always kind of go over my head because they don't resonate with me. I don't think I've ever put lotion on my dick. I'm trying to think if I've ever put lotion on my dick. I always just think how miserable it must be to deal with all the cleanup if you're circumcised. I just think of all the problems you must have if you're circumcised. If you know what I mean. I don't know if I should get into details of that now. We're in the family-oriented part of the show. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's weird, right? That should be an indicator that like something's wrong. Like you had something bad happen to you. I don't. Bad might not be the right word, but yeah, it's weird. Men masturbate. Jake Locker thinks masturbating's gay. Yeah, it's weird, right? I don't know. What do you think about that? That's a good. It is a. It's a what a trippy phenomenon. Oh my god, my forearm is cramping. That's good. So I'm not getting a nosebleed, but I'm getting a cramping forearm. This next one, I'm not going to. This next one might be a potential sponsor. I probably shouldn't take a shot at them. Okay. Yes. I said it. That's it. Thank you for joining the CrossFit Games Update Show. Thank you, John Young, and all the others who contributed to the show. I'm trying to avoid doing no, not Christian men. Christian men don't masturbate. Still don't even know what it means to be a Christian. It makes no sense to me. No sense. I'm not able to comprehend it. Like saying you're a Christian is no different to me than like I don't know. I'll leave it alone. All right. Sevon, do you listen? What do you listen to when you work out, if anything at all? Almost. I don't. Rarely, unless if I'm going for a max lift, I'll listen to like NWA or Rick Ross or something like that. It's very rare that I go for a max lift. I've been doing some max squat cleans. And other than that, I don't. If I'm on the rower or running, I don't listen to anything. And then I'll watch a lot of. If I'm on the assault bike, I'll just watch like UFC stuff, usually stuff like that. I'll watch stuff about Resurrection Day. I'll watch a little 10-minute video on. I'll watch Hiller. I'll watch Hiller's videos. That's probably my most. Like if I will go work out just if there's a Hiller video on. So even if I worked out in the morning and then I see a Hiller video has been released and it's like 20 minutes, I'll be like, okay, here's a workout I'll do and watch Hiller's video. So it'll kind of inspire me to go back in there. By the way, what I am going to do today, I think this is a workout Souza wrote me. One of you guys, I thought about it last night and then one of you guys reminded me. The workout I'm going to do today is I'm going to do 15 cals on the rower. I'm going to do 12 box overs where you jump on the box and then climb off the other side. And then I'm going to do 9 strict pull-ups. And I'm probably going to do 5 rounds of that. I'll take like a 1-minute break in between rounds. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me on Resurrection Day. See you guys tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. 2 shows tomorrow. I'll do the morning show, and then we also have the Dave Castro Weekend Review. Love you guys. Oh, video it. Who said video it? Why video it? Bye-bye.